going to do a simple chicken dish. I'm actually going to do 2 different kinds of chicken in this dish. So I've greased my 9x13 pan, and you can just do a couple of chicken breasts at a time, but I'm making enough for a couple of meals. So I'm going to do 5 chicken breasts here. All right, so simple enough. You can pound them flat if you want to. I'm just going to leave them like this because I want this to be super simple. And I will season them. So we're going to season 3 of them one way and 2 of them another way. So I'll do these 2 a different way since they're a little bit bigger. So we're going to do some salt. They'll all have salt. And we'll do some pepper on these. The 3 that are going to be one way will all have some pepper on them. Oh, I'll put a little sprinkle of pepper here. All right, and then to these 3, we'll do some onion powder. I don't usually have onion powder around, but I bought it for the chili that I recently made. So we're going to do some onion powder. We're going to do some celery. I don't know how well this is going to stay in place. I may have to put this on top of, I don't usually use celery either. I don't usually have that around, but yeah, I found this marked down at Kroger. But on these 3, we'll have garlic powder also. This is probably my favorite spice. I just think it goes well with everything. And the smell of the garlic powder and the onion powder together, oh my gosh, that is so heavenly. And then to these other 2, we're just going to do lemon pepper. But these are going to be lemon pepper with a twist, so because the rest of the process now for all of them will be the same. I like a good coating so that that can soak into the chicken breasts nicely. And now some Dijon mustard. Oops, let's shake that up. I want to say it's probably about a tablespoon on each one. Just want to put some here because it's going to kind of hold the Panko crumbs. We'll use some Panko breadcrumbs. So these are crusted chicken breasts. Do that with this as well. I haven't done the lemon chicken this way, lemon pepper chicken before this way, but I think it's going to be good. And now, it's super simple. And I like trying new things. I get tired of the same old things on the menu all the time. Richard, not so much. Richard's got his few things that he'll eat, and I'm telling you, I think he would eat them. He would eat them every day. Let's see. Let's put these in something to pour them with. This bag is not the best for that. All right, and we're just going to cover them with the breadcrumbs. I even like the breadcrumbs that collect around them. And those get browned as they cook. And it looks like I'm putting about a half a cup of breadcrumbs on each one. Cover up that mustard. Try to get the surface of the chicken breast covered as much as possible. Sometimes I put the mustard on and then I put the spices on top of the mustard. But I wanted to see if I could get those seasonings to get into the chicken breast a little more readily. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera. Alright, so we're just going to leave that piled up there. And then these will bake in a 375-degree oven for about 50 minutes. I'll set it for 45 minutes. And then I'll be back once they're out of the oven. Timer just went off. So let's get these out of the oven and check them. Sweet baby. See those? That's where you can see it. Nice and golden. And so I'm going to test one. Let's test this one. I'm just going to cut into it. And it looks done. All right, so that's done. So those went for 45 minutes. And let me show you what I serve with them. Okay, let me show you first what's going on here in Southlake today. I just got out of the shower because I usually take a shower in the evenings, but we got a text message from Spectrum that they're expecting power outages. Can you guys see that? All that white out there? That's sleet. I would open the door, but it just lets so much cold air in, and then I have to fight to keep the dogs in. The ducks and geese don't seem to mind, but it sleeted really hard here for a little while, and it is freezing cold. Got a fire going in the fireplace. I got my chicken breasts out of the oven. I tested one of the, not the lemon pepper ones, the other ones. And now I'm going to show you what I typically cook with those chicken breasts. Super easy. I think it's probably pretty healthy. I'm going to use 2 russet potatoes and 1 sweet potato. I'm just going to chop them up in cubes, skin on. And then we'll put some oil and some seasonings on them, and we're going to roast them in the oven. So I'll be back when I have these chopped and ready to mix with their flavors. Okay, I've got all of my russet potatoes in the bowl, finishing up chopping the sweet potato. I do cut the sweet potato pieces just a little bit smaller than the russet potato pieces because the sweet potato is firmer. And you can use red potatoes. I often will buy the little new potatoes and just cut those into halves or quarters depending on what size they are. This knife would not go through the potato. I don't have very many good knives, so I had to get out my heavy duty knife to go through the potato. So here's my bowl of russet and sweet potatoes. Richard doesn't really like sweet potatoes, so there's only one of them to the 2 russets. To this, I'm going to add, this is probably 3 tablespoons of oil. 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. And we'll just mix those around to coat them. And keep my the sleeves out of the way. Obviously not all potatoes are the same size. So once I get these coated, I'll decide if I need, it looks like I might need a little bit more oil. So we're gonna put a little bit more oil. I always use extra virgin olive oil. So that's another tablespoon or so. Yeah, these look nicely coated now. Sort of just folding them around to get them to come in contact with each other and change their positions so that all sides can get coated. And so now to that, I'm going to add some sea salt. You can use whatever kind of salt you like. I have a little bit of this left over that I want to use. Oh, this is probably going to be about a teaspoon. Chicken breasts are very seasoned, so the potatoes don't have to have as much seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of onion powder on here because I've got it and I think it'll be nice. And the sweet and savory concept of having the sweet potatoes and the russet potatoes with the savory seasonings is really, really nice. Of course, you could just do roasted sweet potatoes. We're actually going to do a little garlic too. Again, it might sound weird. I think I probably put about a half a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon maybe of the onion powder. Same with the garlic, about a half a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon. We're going to put a little pepper. Again, that's probably about a half a teaspoon. Just get these stirred around and coated. Once I put them on the pan, when I turn them out onto my pan, I'll probably sprinkle a few more seasonings over them there because they'll be out flat where I can access them a little better. Just stir as best we can. If and when I have fresh rosemary, I'll throw a couple of sprigs of fresh rosemary in with that chicken, and then I'll also lay some sprigs on top of these potatoes once I turn them out onto the pan. Oops. I'm aggressively stirring. Grease your cookie sheet because there's oil on the potatoes. I'm just going to turn them out on this pan and spread them in a single layer. My oven is already preheated to 350 degrees. How pretty that is. Check out my estate sale apron that I found. My little half apron. I like the half aprons a lot because I have to wash and dry my hands a lot when I'm cooking. Alright, and so now into the oven. These are going to go, again, 350 degrees. Center rack. And they're going to cook for about 35 minutes. And then I'll come back to check on them at the 35 minutes and test one of the sweet potatoes for sure, since those are a little firmer. Test it and make sure it's soft and ready to go. And then we'll have some lunch with this chicken and these potatoes in just a bit. My timer just went off. Let's take these out. No, Sam. That was 35 minutes. Oh yeah, perfectly tender. Yes. All right. So there's a simple potato side dish. You can try it. Goes with everything. Enjoy. In case you're wondering,
Yes, it's good. Oh my goodness. I like the sweet potatoes more with the chicken. Again, because they have that sweet and savory. It gives me that sweet and savory combination. This is a great lunch. This is very satisfying. It's very filling. And as you can see, it's super easy to make. Let me know if you try it. Let me know how it turns out. Love to all from RichKatRanch.